What's going on, everybody? It's Scotty H back again for the Philly Fan Frenzy. Welcome back. Big win for the Eagles this week, 30-17 over the Redskins on their home field. One of my good buddies was down there. He's an Eagles fan, sitting in the press box. It was kind of cool knowing that he was up there just watching us wreck shop. Anyway, let's get into my review of the game. We're going to start with the defense, actually. Front seven. They are what we thought they were. They are good. 4 sacks on the game. Brandon Graham himself had 2, along with a forced fumble that Fletcher Cox recovered and sealed the game for us by returning it for a touchdown. Yeah, it was a questionable call, but the ruling on the field was a fumble. So there was no definitive proof from either angle. On one angle showed one thing, one angle showed the other, so they couldn't overturn it. That's why the call stood on the field. Either way, we got the win. Also, chip in with a sack was Fletcher Cox and Timmy Jernigan, the new addition from Baltimore. And boy, did he rock Kirk Cousins' world. I know y'all saw it. I thought he took that man's soul. But overall, it was pretty good. I mean, we tuned Cousins up. We pressured him all day. Cousins only finished 23 for 40 for 240 yards. And a touchdown and an interception. Jalen Mills, good job. That's good. And then total, the team they only had 17 rushes for 64 yards as a team. Held them under. Rob Kelly was a tough runner last year, and we went to town on them. Kerrigan, talk about the Washington still. Kerrigan had a half a sack, and a pick six, but I'm not going to put too much on that. He didn't jump the route. It was tipped at the line. It was a duck at that point. I think the receiver could have come back and tried a little bit harder, but it is what it is. Now back to the Eagles. Zach Ertz, big game from him, 8 for 93. Like I said, first year he's coming in with the same quarterback that he ended last season with, and it showed. He was Wentz's security blanket all day, and he caught some really tough passes in traffic and on the sideline. He looked good. I expect big things from this year. The only thing I'd like to see more is more red zone looks for him. 8 catches for 93 yards. Another big thing, Aguilar coming in hot. Looks great. I mean, that 58-yard catch, granted he wasn't contested or anything, but hey, 6 catches for 86 yards. I think that's better than any game he had last year at all. So, Carson Wentz completed a pass to at least 8 different receivers. He went 26 for 39, 2 touchdowns and an interception. 307 yards, good for a 96.8 rating. I'll take that all day. I don't care what anybody says. 2 touchdowns and an interception. Granted, the interception was tipped, but I think that's an incomplete pass if it's not, or it's caught for us. Whatever. But he looked good. He was pressured all day. O-line's got to do a lot better job at protecting him. He was running all over the place. Third play from the game, third play of the series, of the first series. He had to miss three defenders and force that ball down to Aguilar, and that's a good job on him, keeping his eyes downfield, going through his reads, and making something happen. That's why he's a franchise quarterback. That's why we traded up to get him. It makes sense. The Ronald Darby injury, that's real tough for us. He was obviously our best cornerback, but we'll see what happens. Patrick Robinson came in, and he actually graded out by Pro Football Focus as the 5th best player on the team in yesterday's game, which is awesome. He finished with an 82.3 grade. That's not bad. It's not what we saw in the preseason from him, so I support it. Now, Darby, they said no ligament damage. He'll be back in, I think, 4 to 6 weeks, which would be good for us. Hopefully, that'll give us right to where we need to be. I think the cornerbacks, they used a bend, don't break type of strategy. Give the guys a little cushion, but don't let anybody behind them. And then, a couple big plays from Mills, one stopping a touchdown. Good job. He's turning his head now. He got called for pass interference a lot last year because he wouldn't turn his head around and look for the ball. Good no call by the refs because he did have his hand on it, but he was going up for the ball and he's had his head turned around. So good no call. Also had the pick. I think that's his first career one, which is awesome. Like I said, I like that kid a lot, and I think he's going to be great for us. Fletcher Cox, he had a sack and a fumble recovered for a touchdown. Rumbled that thing in. That's shown all this offense, all this defensive line, that man's going to earn his contract this year. And everybody mark my words, it's going to be big. That's all I got for today. Big win for the Birds. Like, comment, and share this. Hit me on Twitter at PhillyFan with PH. You know how Philly does it. Let me know what you think the biggest play of the game was. I'd like to hear you guys' comments. I'd like to see what you guys thought. I'll be posting another video later in the week about the preview for the upcoming game with the Chiefs. I'm going to try. I might actually be out there, so we'll see what happens. If so, keep another lookout for a live feed from me from Kansas City if I make it out there. If not, I'll talk to you guys in a couple days. Stay frenzied. Later.